What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Welcome to the RNEWS evening show. And let's just jump into it. From r/news. Louisville police collected negative info about Breonna Taylor's boyfriend after fatal shooting. Why is nobody asking who signs the warrants? To keep the blame on the officers involved in the shooting, and hide the rest of the department. I would put more blame on the officer who lied to the judge and claimed a postal inspector verified their suspicions. Judge Mary Shaw was handed 5 no-knock warrants on March 12. A published report says she signed all 5 in 12 minutes. That's who signed it. In 12 minutes. Do they just trust each and every one is correct? That sounds like there are no redundancies in place to verify information. Or more likely they don't care. Do they just trust each and every one is correct? They consider each other to be on the same team. So yes. Ooh crap. Justice shouldn't have teams. On the other hand, you should be able to trust that the police are doing their jobs correctly. But the reality is that you can't. The new requirement going forward needs to be that all warrants need to have their information reviewed properly. Don't know what that will look like though. But 12 minutes to allow the police to burst into a private dwelling with guns obviously isn't long enough for a proper review. It wasn't a private dwelling. It was 5, just to make it even worse. It was 5 warrants in 12 minutes. Edit. Spelling. This person has no business being a judge if they can't be bothered to spend even 5 minutes on the decision that could, and did, kill innocent people. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Trump says California had to ration water because it poured its supply into the sea to take care of certain little tiny fish during a bizarre rant on Fox News. Person, woman, man, camera, TV, tiny fish. Few people realize that, at that moment in the interview, Trump was just naming things he could see in front of him. A person who is a woman standing behind the man interviewing Trump. Filmed by a camera for a TV show. Yeah, so basically this is what growing old with full-blown dementia looks like. Yeah, I'm halfway there. I'd prefer not to look like that. The base will love it though. Words. They don't understand them, but they know California equals bad. That's about their English level. So basically this is what growing old with full-blown dementia looks like. Full-blown dementia on steroids. Literally. What are the odds he just finished Finding Nemo? This is the second time in this thread that someone has suggested that Trump watched Finding Nemo. And I just find it impossible to believe that Trump sat down and watched 100 minutes of a sustained narrative of any kind. He's referring to an endangered fish found in California rivers. The state, feds, reserve some of the river water to maintain the fish habitat. Riparian rights are big issues in western states. Invoke the 25th. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Turning Point USA got caught astroturfing for Donald Trump with hundreds of fake accounts. Dear Turning Point USA, if Trump is so great then why do you have to pay people to support him? Curious. Trump also paid people to show up to his presidential announcement at Trump Tower in 2015. And had to pay for women to sleep with him. Sad how young conservatives think corruption of any type to win is acceptable. They obviously believe that their ideology is so persuasive that they need to employ dirty tricks. Just to get everyone to realize how persuasive it is. Really, I don't think they believe a lot of the crap they say. They get paid and don't care what kind of effect their words may have. They are used car salesmen, a lot of them. I really love how the right constantly refers to themselves as the silent majority. It's all too clear these folks are neither silent nor a majority. What's worse, they know it, which is why they keep trying to fabricate the appearance of a majority, or suppress the votes of the real majority. I always get a kick out of how weird his face looks in normal pictures. What is it with right-wing groups always being scammy bullcrap? They know that Republicans are old, stupid, or both. Who do you think falls for MLMs and commemorative gold coin commercials? You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. A man fell to his death while taking pictures on a cliff in Arizona. Authorities discovered other remains while recovering his body at the Grand Canyon gift shop. They literally sell a book called Death in the Grand Canyon. It's gone through multiple editions. as they have to update it every few years. People hike down from 7,000 feet where temperatures are mild. They get to the lower elevation where it's 30 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit hotter. They don't bring enough water. They don't carry electrolytes. They can't find shade. They don't realize that the elevation makes them short-winded. They die. Or, what happens quite frequently, they try to take a stunt selfie at the edge, and they fall. Yosemite is pretty dangerous too. Nevada Falls, particularly, because a lot of day hikers like to cool off in the pool by the Merced River near the top. There's signs warning people, but they go in anyway. And they get careless, get caught in the current, and over they go. It often takes weeks to even recover the bodies. Anza Borrego State Park hands out a brochure titled "Don't Die in the Desert." Rules 1, 5, and 10. Carry enough water. I am not afraid of heights, but I would not stand within 6 feet from the edge of a precipice high enough to kill me. When I was at the Grand Canyon, I saw people just casually sitting on the edge with their feet dangling off the edge. To think that if a person wanted to easily kill you, or that if you made one mistake it would be your doom. I saw parents letting their kids do this too. Jesus, that's scary. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Sacha Baron Cohen calls Facebook Trump's willing accomplice in spreading conspiracy theories. He is not wrong. He hates Facebook in a very eloquent and informed way. This is him without a costume. And he's an amazing speaker. A lot of people don't realize how brilliant of a person he actually is. His talk at the Anti-Defamation League was fantastic. People think Borat is a stupid comedy, but it literally got nominated for an Oscar. It's a brilliant satire that required constant improvisation that just happens to use silliness to make a very serious point. It boggles my mind that people can watch Borat and think the man behind the mustache isn't clearly brilliant. You don't have to think it's funny, but it's objectively clever. Okay, yeah, Borat alone would be insane. Add Ali G and Bruno. Give me a break. The man is a genius. To not consider his point of view is because you have not attained a higher level. Oh, and his wife. Don't forget who is America, too. Pretty sad state of affairs when Borat has to be the adult in the room. He is right. I encourage everyone to look at Twitter.com. It shows the top preforming links every day. It is almost exclusively dominated by Fox News, Ben Shapiro, and Dan Bongino. It's pretty bad. No lies told there. Deleted my Facebook account years ago. Good riddance. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Tiger King star Doc Antle and Va, roadside zoo owner indicted on widlife trafficking charge. Best news in 2020 so far. Yup, he is one creepy motherfricker. Strange not for his cultish lady tribe, animals isn't even the most creepy thing about him. The cultish lady tribe, more like the Prada Pong girls manipulated into cultish lady tribe. Yeah, he groomed them for years. Obscenely yucky. He's a genuine sociopath. The way this pedo talks young girls into joining his sex cult terrifies me. As someone who has not watched Tiger King, okay, yeah, I will start watching it this weekend. As someone who has watched it, allow me to share this with you. The sanest person in this series is the former drug kingpin who has dismembered people, but now collects tigers. He is not going to financially recover from this. How about for sex cult weirdo being? And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show, and I'll see you tomorrow.